Hi, everyone. I'm sitting down with Marty Seed, the founder of ATL Canadians. He's been running the organization since 2005. Welcome, Marty.
Thanks for having me, Alan.
It's great to see you. We've known each other for a few years. Things are going well.
It's gone back and forth since you started Expat and we got connected. It's been mutual, mutually beneficial getting our word out and getting your word out. It's been great.
Fantastic. So I'd really like to get the word out about ATL Canadians because I know you do a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of your newsletters that come out, a lot of charity stuff that you've been involved with as well. Let's start with a little bit about the organization itself. Can you tell me about ATL Canadians?
ATL Canadians, it started in 2005. Basically, there was a bunch of us at a Tragically Hip concert down here, and we kept running into other Canadians, and someone said, wouldn't it be great if we had a group that we could kind of rely on, that we'd know if there were Canadian bands or Canadian acts coming into town. So I took it upon myself and set one up, and just kind of word of mouth since then. It's been going since then.
Ah, fantastic. And
Yep.
where are you from in Canada?
Born in Halifax, grew up in Toronto, lived in Banff, lived in Ottawa, back to Halifax, moved to the States in 2000 down to New Orleans, and then been in Atlanta now 16 years.
Wow. So you're very familiar with the landscape down there.
Yeah, it has definitely become home.
Well, what is the population of Canadians down there like in terms of size?
I've heard different scales. One of the numbers that I heard was, I think, from the consulate a couple of years ago, that in Georgia it was 20,000 Canadians just in Georgia alone. I don't know how much there are in Atlanta per se. We have close to 1,700 members on the atlcanadians.com website, and about 700 or 800 on our Facebook page. Of course, those overlap. So I would say there's probably a good 2 to 5,000 Canadians in Atlanta.
Fantastic. It's large, right? It's significant. Well, I mean, the
Yeah,
United States in general, there are a lot of Canadians down there.
yeah. A lot of the Canadians moved down here. I think the majority moved down in the '90s during the dot-com boom, because Atlanta was a big hub for that.
Hmm. So, and a lot of them just stayed down there.
Stayed down. Yeah, that's the reason I came down to the States. So
Oh, fantastic. And you're still involved in IT now?
yeah, yeah. I'm still database analyst is my title, I guess.
Great.
One of
So,
them.
any Canadian that's thinking about going down to Atlanta or maybe is perhaps already there, getting information is just simply going to your website. I'm guessing it's easy enough to get the
Yeah,
information you
yeah.
need.
If they wanted to go to atlcanadians.com, you could sign up. It's a free membership. A lot of great information is posted on there. Information, parts of town that are great to live in, different events, bands coming in town, the events that we hold, the events
Mm.
that the Canadian Consul will put together. Or if they're on Facebook, they can look up Atlanta Canadians, and it'll take them to our group page.
Perfect. And
Yeah,
I'll put a link down in the description of the video as well so that people can just link there.
wonderful.
So, for again, Canadians that are thinking about going down to Georgia, what would you recommend? What would be the top three things that a Canadian do to prepare for life in Georgia as a Canadian?
Make sure they know where they want to live in the area. Make sure that they have if they have families coming down, they've researched the school systems, all that, and basically make sure all your immigration stuff is in order.
Right.
Coming back and forth, it can be tricky sometimes.
Oh, I bet. So, in terms of where to live, is it okay if we recommend that people contact ATL Canadians to get some of that information, just to
Yeah.
check to make sure that's a good place to be? And
And once every couple of months, we have those postings on people moving down, just asking where people recommend it, and people are great giving information. And there's so many different areas of town, of course, depends your lifestyle, whatnot. But yeah, we're always open to answering questions.
perfect.
Yeah.
Canadian things to do in Atlanta. What do you do?
Uh, if you're a hockey player, there's it's actually the biggest men's league in the U.S.
Sweet.
is based out of Atlanta. It's close to, I think it's 2,000 members. Other Canadian things, we host events from time to time. We do happy hour meetups. We have a Canada Fest every year. In 2 weeks, I'll be hosting a Grey Cup viewing party at Meehan's in Sandy Springs. That's the pub that I'm involved with, where we do a lot of the events at as well. December 8th, we're doing a skate with Santa for all the family folks. Get the kids out there.
Nice.
That'll be in Sandy Springs. Other Canadian things to do. I don't really know.
It's-
Get together, make fun of Americans sometimes. I don't.
Yeah, are there Canadian pubs? I know there's the pub that you're a part of. Would you consider that a Canadian pub?
It's an Irish pub,
An Irish pub, okay.
so there's no real per se Canadian pub. I
Okay.
guess we're about the closest that you'd get. We put poutine on the menu sometimes. We have some also Canadian and Bat Blue at times and
Nice.
things like that.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. Thanks again so much for Marty for what you do. You do perform a fantastic service down there by getting Canadians together. I know it's a lot of work, labor of love.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for what you do.
it definitely is. It's a little bit of work a few times a year, but it's fun getting people together, making new friends, and finding out where people are coming in from, the reasons they're moving here, and
Right.
all that.
Fantastic. So once again, thanks so much for joining me today. For anybody that's interested to going down to Atlanta, Georgia in general, I would imagine ATL Canadians, a great resource for you. Join their events that they've got going. It's a fantastic time. I'm sure you'll help make their lives better, Marty. Thanks again for everything. Thanks again for joining me.
Thanks, Alan.
Take care.
Take care.